Welcome back. There's a big oil crisis in the world. While US fires missile and sends mixed messages, India is left to manage the fallout. The government is working to secure the energy supplies and prevent panic over the LPG or LNG. Sources have said that Prime Minister Modi has given his ministers direct orders to ensure that the common man does not suffer at all. Now, seeking to calm the public concern, Oil Minister Hardeep Singh Puri has assured that there is no energy shortage for domestic consumers in the country, emphasizing that there is no cause to panic. He also stated that the government has implemented the measures to ensure 100% supply of CNG and PNG to the households, while other industries will continue to receive 70 to 80% of their usual supplies. We have a reaction coming in from the Commerce Minister as well. Listen in.
Well, there is absolutely no shortage of fuel. More details are being worked out. There is a serious war going on. I think everybody knows about it. The people are seeing it on television. You are showing it relentlessly. And in this situation of war, there will be concerns which will be appraised, which will be made known to everybody from time to time by the relevant department.
And while the government is working to address the situation, what is the reality on the ground? Well, Times now takes you through across the country to uncover the stories from every region. Take a look.
Hoteliers across the country are now figuring out how to deal with the ongoing disruptions to the commercial LPG supply that many of them, of course, are already bearing a brunt of. We're here in Jayanagar in South Bengaluru today at one of the most popular dosa joints that has existed for several years now. And evidently, of course, they're finding new ways now to cope with the crisis. Joining us right now is the owner, Mr. Raghavendra. Sir, many thanks for speaking to Times Now. I want to ask you, sir, this is probably a crisis that you've never really had to see before. How are you at your restaurant dealing with this?
Yeah, this is something that we have never expected. I mean, LPG is not being supplied. This has become like a COVID-like situation where people used to run around for oxygen cylinders. We are running around for LPG cylinders today. We just got to know a couple of days back that the LPG supply is going to stop. So, we are trying to survive the situation so that we can prolong the cylinders that we have for a longer time. So, some option that we are looking at is reducing the menu items. And we are also looking at cutting down some hours of operations, so with the lean hours of operations where it could extend the number of the cylinders that we have as of now. So we are also looking at wood-fired gasifiers where we can use wood to fire the whatever food that we want. Apart from that, there are options like electrical tawas and wood-fired tawas, but all those things will not happen overnight. So we are trying to see how much time we can buy with the existing cylinders so that we can get those fixed in time. So we also have a policy of, we have a central kitchen where food is being fed into my outlets. So there we have installed diesel boilers and we have some electrical combi ovens. So the pre-preparation is all happening at the central unit, and so that the gas cylinder consumption reduces at the unit level. So that is the plan that we have. So these are things that we are looking so that if these things get resolved as early as possible, then we'll be able to survive. So the option of closing is not viable for us because there are a lot of livelihood that is dependent on our industry. Say, even my employees that work here, so you can't leave them in the middle of the thing.
I want to ask you about that, sir. Of course, for us as customers, probably, still eating out is still a luxury. But for you all, given that, this is, of course, the backbone, there are several workers. You said you've already had to remove parts of, the menu that require continuous gas supply. I want to ask you, honestly, on ground, how many days do you see the current situation prevailing for, at least with the existing cylinders that you have? Because we've been receiving a mixed host of responses. Many restaurants say that, they're okay for now, for the next 3-4 days at least. Many others say that, today would possibly be the last day of their operation.
See, as of now, with the current situation, in a few of my outlets, I can survive for a couple of days. So, or maybe in some outlets, the cylinders might last only for today. So, what we are thinking is, with the few alterations in what the menu item that we are having, so we'll not be shutting down the complete restaurant. So, we have some electrical options for coffee, tea, and we are looking at wood-fired option for idli or something. So, dosa is something which might consume a lot of gas, so which we will have to shut down dosa. But we are trying to survive survive, continue our operations with other viable options so that things are not hampered. I mean, the entire livelihood of my employees are dependent on this. Yeah. So apart from that, as you know, our industry is the largest consumer of milk, vegetables.
From Hotel Anandas, which is located near the Mount Road in Chennai. So for the people who are traveling on the Mount Road, this is a very important hotel for them. Anytime you come to this hotel on a regular day, you can find tens of people waiting outside because the crowd would be too much for them to find a seat as soon as they come. So they'll be waiting in a queue outside. That is the usual scenario that we witness in this hotel. But unfortunately today, because of disruptions in the commercial LPG cylinder supply, in fact today they put up a notice board outside their restaurant that because of disruptions in the LPG cylinder supply, commercial LPG cylinder supply, they will not be able to provide any varieties when it comes to chutneys and kurmas, and they'll also be not able to provide any kinds of variety rice is what they've told in this particular notice that they put outside, right outside the hotel. So for the people who are entering the hotel, the very first thing they'll be looking at is this notice board. And all of this is happening because of the conflict that is currently going on in the Middle East. It is not only about this particular hotel, that is Hotel Anandas. If we take the other popular food chains in Tamil Nadu, like Sangeeta Veg Restaurant, Adyar Anand Bhavan, Annapurna Veg Restaurant, etc. We tried getting in touch with the owners of all these restaurants, and all of them say that they only have LPG cylinder supply for their respective hotels only for the next couple of days, post which if the issue is not resolved, then they'll have no other option but to shut down operations. As far as the Hotel Anandas is specifically concerned, every day this hotel needs at least 10 LPG cylinders to operate. But today they've not received any new stocks. They're in fact trying to manage today with the already existing stocks. But after today, they'll not be able to manage anymore, and they'll be forced to shut down operations if the issue is not resolved, is what the people here at the restaurant say. And the situation is quite similar in the restaurants that I mentioned earlier to the other restaurants such as Sangeeta Restaurant, Annapurna Veg Restaurant and Adyar Anand Bhavan. So definitely it looks like this is a very serious issue. We are going to be finding many items missing in the menus of our popular restaurants in the coming days if this is what is going to continue, if the situation is going to continue. Let's wait and see how the state government and the union government in a coordinated way, how they are trying to resolve this problem.
And now, seeking to calm the public concerns, government has assured that there's no energy shortage for domestic consumers in the country. With this, a very short break. More news and updates on the other side.